Those days are spent usually in massage therapy. I do Pilates, I do kettlebell training, a lot of flexibility type movements to try to keep my body loose and to keep away from injuries and keep my muscles pliable so I can actually keep trying to grow. Right now I weigh about 300 pounds. I compete about 270, so like I said, I'll start dieting here in 2.5 weeks. To bring my body weight down. I'll strip down over those 4 months and lose as much body fat as I can and maintain all the muscle, which is the goal. So I'll do that by eating about 8 meals a day, which I eat right now. I eat about every 2.5 hours, 8 meals. Those 8 meals, I eat about 1,000 carbohydrates a day, which is a lot, and about 400 grams of protein. So my main sources probably what I eat a lot of, for protein, chicken, turkey, red meat, egg whites, protein shakes, and my carbohydrates I eat right now, pastas, rice, oatmeal, sweet potatoes, mainly good stuff, not too much bad food. Once in a while I'll eat some bad food if I'm traveling or if I'm low on calories, but I try to prepare my foods every day. And I take about 6,500 calories a day. I stay away from as much fat as possible. But I need it to maintain what I'm trying to do, maintain my weight. And I train usually twice a day. I train usually sometime mid-morning, and then I train later in the afternoon. Usually about an hour at a time. It doesn't, I think, an hour in the gym at each time is the necessary point that you need to make, especially now that I have built the foundation of what I have. So more importantly is just to get in, get the muscle pumped up, and then get out of the gym and feed the muscle and recoup. That's what I try to shoot for now. I don't overtrain myself and kill myself too heavily. I mean, I traveled every weekend basically since January until last weekend, doing guest appearances, signing all over the United States. I actually last year traveled a lot overseas, but I'm holding that until after Mr. Olympia in October. So I'm going to do all my overseas travel afterwards. But I've traveled all around the world, speaking to different at different type events, and of course signing autographs and doing appearances, personal appearances all over the place. So fortunate for me, I got into a sport that I'm able to actually see the world for free. It's been the most amazing part about what I do is seeing different cultures, and it's pretty cool actually going overseas compared to the U.S. because in the U.S., a lot of people take kind of for granted what they see. I travel to California, and people are used to seeing me there, and different events. I mean, I'm all over the place in the U.S., but overseas, you're more popular over there because they don't see it as much. So I actually feel sometimes like a rock star. I have to have security over there and stuff like that. They get signs at the airport and it says Jay Cutler. You feel pretty cool, but I don't get that in the U.S. too often. But it is taxing. I mean, traveling a lot, trying to eat your meals, trying to train on the road. I know I get used to training in my own gym, but I was talking to these guys earlier, and I said, they were saying how much dedication it takes. And my life has become pretty structured where I'm a contracted athlete, so I have about 14 different sponsors. That's how I make a living at what I do. And of course, we win prize money. The Mr. Olympia pays about $160,000. I win last couple of years, but in all honesty, probably that $160,000 goes back into financing my year to what I do. Just alone, like I said, that massage therapy, I mean, I can spend $20,000 a year just on that kind of stuff, and all the different types of classes. I don't have a trainer or a nutritionist really that helps me do anything. I just do it all on my own. But day in, day out, it takes a lot of money. Of course, we know to eat, and I would say that probably the diet is 80% of what we do. You guys as trainers will come to understand, or if you're not already a trainer, I mean, you can work someone to death, but if their diet's not in check and they're not getting the nutrients and what they need to recuperate and repair tissue and get the look that they want to get, it's kind of pointless to do that. So if I miss meals during the day, a lot of times, if I don't get my 8 meals a day, I maybe get 4 meals a day when I'm traveling. Most of the time I won't even bother training because it's not really worth it. I don't have the energy. I don't have myself in repair mode to actually get in the gym and actually train. So I try to eat about 2 or 3 meals before I actually work out, and I actually eat through the middle of the night. I get up and eat in the night. so I prepare food, and I usually get up and eat usually some turkey or oatmeal or something like that just to get me through the night. I try to eat on a 2.5-hour clock, pretty much 24 hours, so it takes a lot of dedication. But my training's pretty basic. It's a lot of mass movements and deadlifts and squats and bench presses. I use some variations, use some machines. I try to stick mainly to free weights, of course, work my core exercise a little better, and it seems to work best for me, building as much mass as possible. And my goal right now really isn't to get a lot bigger, but just to get more detailed, refined, and of course the most conditioned I can for the competition. I would love to win another title and take it one step at a time, and hopefully if I can win 3 this year. You know, my whole goal in the beginning, when I had planned to win Mr. Olympia, was to win 3 and step out. So will I step out after this year? I'm not really sure. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm still having fun doing it. A lot of people ask me, is it really fun? It's not really fun to be 300 pounds and have to eat round the clock like a machine, but it is. I enjoy actually working out. I mean, that's how I started. I started in college. I was going to school for criminal justice when I was 18, and I started training as a type of therapy, and I think that's what weight training can be. It can be a type of therapy for a lot of people. When I got in that gym and I sat there for 2 hours and lifted weights, I didn't really think about too many other things. I didn't think about my problems, and I was kind of at a turning point at 18 years old where, you know, you're supposed to become an adult and have a decision to make what you're going to do with the rest of your life. And I still really wasn't sure what I really wanted to do. I was going to school to be a cop, maybe work in the prison system, but in my heart I really wanted to be a bodybuilder. But you know, we can all have pipe dreams, and of course we want to be something, but to become a pro bodybuilder would be very, very difficult. So I kind of took that road, and I, you know, went to school and had something to fall back on. And fortunately for me, I made it big time and was able to, you know, pursue that dream. And